we refer to the steps that the attacker must complete in order to fulfill their objectives for attacks as the kill chain. So each attack is slightly different, and there are different ways of describing the kill chain. But it's a matter of understanding what the attacker needs to do, from identifying his targets to getting their malware on that system, to compromising the system through some kind of vulnerability, through persisting on that system and establishing that callback, that command and control back to the bad guy, through to the completion of whatever it is in their attack. But by understanding each of these steps, we can actually subvert them. If we know what to look for, we can identify the traces that each of these steps leaves on systems in order to frustrate that step, to detect it, to block it, and ultimately to stop the attack being successful.
So there are, in this kill chain steps, there are also opportunities for the defenders, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we spend so much time talking about vulnerability of computer systems and ways that attackers can exploit these vulnerabilities. But actually the processes and the procedures that the bad guys must undertake also present opportunities for defenders to exploit the vulnerabilities inherent in the bad guys' processes, so that we can use the bad guys' procedures against them, detect them, stop them, and prevent their attacks from being successful.
What security threats are going to be bigger in the upcoming years, you think?
It's all linked with the way that IT is evolving. Moore's law remains remarkably consistent over the past 50 years. So we know that we're going to see more and more computer systems, small, cheap computer systems that are going to be networked and connected to the internet in some way. We know that these systems are going to be running software in some form, and wherever there's software, there's also going to be bugs and there's going to be vulnerabilities. So we know that these small computer systems, the bad guys are going to be able to compromise them. What we need to be able to predict is, one is how are they going to do this, and also to what ends. So certainly over the past year, 18 months, we've seen the rise of crypto mining malware, so malicious software that steals the CPU cycles from computer systems in order to mine cryptocurrencies. This is quite a clever innovation by the bad guys. As computer systems continue to be more prevalent and increasingly networked, there are going to be more opportunities for the bad guys. So we need to remain on top of the threat environment, understanding what the bad guys are doing, understanding how they're going about it, so that we can keep our defenses up, our protections in place, in order to make sure these systems are still working on our behalf rather than on behalf of the bad guys.
So what's your opinion? Do you have any chance to compete with the bad guys?
I think we are remarkably successful. It's always the compromises and the big hacks that make the news. But what we don't hear about are those millions and indeed billions of threats each day which are blocked. Within Talos, we're blocking just short of 20 billion attacks each and every day. And I think all you need to do is look in your firewall logs, or even look in the junk mail folder of your email inbox to see the vast number of attacks which are actually stopped. We are remarkably successful. However, that doesn't give us the right to lose our concentration or relax too much. We need to stay on top of the game. We need to understand what the bad guys are doing, what traces they leave in our systems, and the opportunities that it gives us to prevent these attacks from being successful. And for the very few attacks that actually we can't prevent, to be able to identify the compromise very, very early and prevent harm from being incurred. I think this is the thing that we really need to concentrate on, stopping something bad becoming a catastrophe, minimizing the harm, acting early, and blocking the vast majority of attacks before they're able to penetrate systems.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.